check out my predictions for the first round of the Rugby Championship. Welcome back to SkinnyBru Rugby, guys. So the international season is here. Finally, we can have two big games, the Springboks versus the Wallabies and the Pumas up against the All Blacks. So I'll be covering the Rugby Championship and the World Cup later this year, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to check out that content as well. Join the SkinnyBru pools down in the description below for the Rugby Championship as well, and let's get into this weekend. It's the game that the Argentinians probably has the biggest chance ever of actually beating the All Blacks. They have never beaten them before, and I think they'll really take a shot at it. It's being played over in Argentina, and most of the Argentinian players are probably still hurting after that loss to the Crusaders in the Super Rugby final. You may say no, but the Crusaders actually won that game, so it's obviously going to happen again. But actually, there's only two Crusaders picked in this game, which is Reese, who is starting, making his debut, and Eno from the bench, who's also making his debut. The Jaguars beat 3 of the 5 New Zealand teams they played against in this season. The Crusaders and the Highlanders actually did beat them though. But there's 5 Highlanders players in this team, 2 starting and 3 off the bench. So actually, most of the players in this game has actually lost to the Jaguars in this season. So I think the Argentinians may have a little bit of an edge there. You may say this seems like it's pointless to mention, but that's a massive confidence booster to any team if they know I've beaten you this year a couple of times. The other hand, the New Zealanders has picked a strong team. Notably, Mahunga is not in the side with Barrett playing at 10. Ioane is on the bench, but I do remember reading somewhere that the Crusaders players will actually get another week off for rest after winning the Super Rugby. I don't know if that's right. I think that is. Maybe just let me know if you know a little bit better. Starting up front with their team, they picked Tuunga Fasi, Coles, Tavao. There's no argument there. They have been great. Second row, Ritalik Tuipulotu, they have had great seasons. In the loose, Fafita, Kane, Sevilla. Fafita, he's a big, strong and quick player to have in your team. He can play at lock as well. Man, you can put that guy on center and he'd be running past most of the back line. Kane, he's the captain for the game, and it's quite an inspirational captain to have after he broke his neck last year and he actually fought his way back, so I think that's a good pick from them. Sevilla, he's actually at 8 this week. Look, he actually scrums a lot on 8. The Hurricanes uses him there a lot, so he could play at 8 any day. At 9, Weber did not dethrone Aaron Smith. Bowden Barrett at number 10, as I mentioned. Then the midfield combination that I think is absolutely mouth-watering, Laumape and Anton Leonard-Brown. They are massive centers and they are really good at what they do. Jordy Barrett at the wing, along with Reese, as I said, making his debut, and Ben Smith at the fullback. The Argentinians went with a mostly expected team except for 2 overseas-based stars. Up front is Tetas Chaparro, Creevy, and 1 overseas guy, Vigalo, is also in the team. He's been playing great, so it's good to have him up there because the Argentinian scrum, at least the Jaguars scrum, hasn't been going as planned. They have had a couple of games where they scrummed well, but Vigala would help them in this game. At locks, Petty and Lavanini, they've been impressive this year. Loose trio, Matera, Kramer, Ortega Decio, they are just all class acts, so that's a good loose trio to have. 9-10 combo, it's quite a surprise actually. Kubeli at number 9, and then the inclusion of Sanchez at number 10. Look, he's a very good number 10. I just wonder how that backline is going to go now. Considering that the Jaguars mostly played with Bonilla at number 10, and he used a very good kicking game. Sanchez is very good as well, so I'm sure he can play that style as well, so hopefully it goes as planned. Then one of my favorite center pairings, we have De La Fuente and Orlando. A lot of times it doesn't look like they do a lot on the field. Sometimes you miss what they do, but if you look at their stats after a game, they always have impressive games. They like getting the ball through the hands. They are very good at tackles, and they have that break every now and then where they put someone through for a try. Outside backs are the exciting three: Moyano, Moroni and Boffelli. The New Zealanders cannot afford to kick this ball to them and have a bad defensive line rushing them, because they are gonna get punished too. Remember, Boffelli, he has his massive boot as well, so he can't just run. He can also take massive kicks, and he has the long range ability to kick a goal. Trust me when I say the Argentinians has their biggest shot of winning against the All Blacks they've ever had. All of a sudden, this team has a couple of world-class players. Guys like Matera, Boffelli, Lavanini, Petty, Creevy, of course. They are great players. And then you get the overseas guys that also flew in, that's also being picked, who are already stars on their own. So the Argentinian side could look really dangerous against the All Blacks. I'm actually expecting them to use a kicking game. They liked in the Super Rugby, the Jaguares like to kick the team back into their own half, pinning them over there. So I think they're going to try that against the All Blacks. And then whenever they get a sniff of that ball, they are going to try and score. They are going to try and challenge at the lineouts. They have good lineout jumpers. Lavanini, Petty, they are great players. The only weak point for them might be the scrum. They have scrummed pretty poorly this year in the Super Rugby sometimes. There has been games that they have stood out though. For me, they should target the weak point. There's one weak point on defense. Reese, his tackling is not that good, so they could actually try and go there. Expect some running rugby from the All Blacks though. Bowden Barrett with Laumape and Anton Leonard-Brown outside of him. Both of them can have really devastating runs, and Barrett is the best guy to get try assists from there. The back three, they can cut a team to shreds, and those cross kicks are going to be important in this game for the All Blacks. The forwards like Sevilla, Fafita and Retallick, they are good at attacking as well, especially with Retallick with his offloading ability, because I think it's the safer pick to make. I think the All Blacks are going to win this one by 6. But like I said, the Pumas can actually surprise in this game. And that's my prediction for the week, guys. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button if you want to see any more international content coming up throughout this year. Remember to join the SkinnyBru pools down in the description below. And then I'll see you for the recap next week. Cheers. Bye.